So now that you're neck deep in making your content, getting ready to post it up online, I wanted to share with you tracking codes and KPIs. So key performance indicators is typically where you set your goals and you track how you reach them. So you can set weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, those kinds of things. And then there's multiple ways to track it. So we've already gone over Facebook Insights and how to look at the back end and really evaluate what's working and what's not working on that side. Oftentimes I will take some of those numbers and put them in a spreadsheet. Again, I love my Google Docs. I put them there. There's other ways to do it. I'm going to show you what works for me, especially if you're starting out. This is important for you to learn. If you don't see or have a big picture of what's going on, you won't be able to notice trends. For us, sometimes reach and engagement go up, and then the next week page views go up. So, they kind of follow each other around, but that's not always the case. So you're going to want to take a look and pay attention. So what we like to do is we like to use a UTM builder. So I have one in-house. I just have a code right here on a spreadsheet, and what it does is it takes a URL. You can add in a source and a medium and a campaign and a term and a content name, and it will auto build you a link with tracking codes on it. So as an example, if I were to copy and paste this into on a URL right here, let's zoom this up. If you can see up here, you'll see that what it does is it automatically builds it in, so that if I hit enter on this and on the back end of their Google Analytics, they'll be able to see that the source is source, the medium is medium, the campaign is campaign. So what this does is helps you branch and build out your content in a way that you can track exactly what's going on. So what I like to do for my source is put the actual source of content. Use source to identify search engine, newsletter name, or other source. So I like to do things in a way so it's like, oh, it came from an email, it's from Pinterest, it's from Facebook, it's from Google, it's from a blog post. I try not to put tracking codes inside of my blog post, because what it does is it'll erase the tracking codes from wherever they came from. So if you want to be able to track your customer journey and they click on this link here, and they land on a particular blog post right here, or a certain sales page right here, and then they go all the way to purchasing, you want to be able to track where that came from. This is really important if you have any affiliates or affiliate links, that kind of stuff too. So source is typically the source of it. I do see some flaws right here right away. I would recommend putting everything in lowercase, because if you have uppercase and lowercase, they will show up differently inside of your system. So having everything in lowercase is very important. You can abbreviate and stuff like that. Just make sure you keep track of it. That's why I keep them all here, so I can come back and find like what tracking link did I use. I also like to put a plus sign in between words so that it's a little bit easier for the code to read it on the back end of, for example, Google Analytics. Other programs also track tracking codes like Ezoic and things like that. Just wanted to make sure that we're going with the most commonly used tools here. So the medium is to identify whether or not it's organic or social or cost per click. I will often put CPC as cost per click. So I do this for ads, so I know that the traffic is not organic. If it's organic, I just put it up as social. There's other things that can happen at times, and people do it different ways on their different platform. That's why you'll see other things on my spreadsheet here. And then the campaign is typically the event. So, there's a live India event right here, a gluten summit, ebook, that kind of stuff, a breed campaign, those kinds of things. Then the term, well, I typically like to put the type of content right there. So for example, I would put article or video and that kind of stuff, wherever the content is being put. And then I like to put a keyword for the type of content. So let's say this is going to be shared onto a text video of mine about it. I would put, let's say it's the pain promise video. So I know which one that is. I can find it later. And then when I share this particular link, I'm looking for it in the back end of my Google Analytics. Over here, when I go into behavior and overview, I will actually be able to search by the specific campaign or term that I was looking for. I will come over here and hit view full report. then I can actually break down my statistics and be like, I want to know which term, search term, or I want to know what source or what medium, what campaign, and then I can go in there and then change my advanced search, make sure I put in, of course, the date range I'm looking for, click advanced, go down to source medium, make sure it contains what I need it to. Let's say I want that one, and then I'll hit apply, and it will pull up just the traffic from that particular source, which can help me narrow down what's going on. Then on another platform that's used to tracking sales, you can see what the conversion rates were from that and start doing some more statistics. So that is some of the basics, super basics walkthrough of UTMs. If you don't have your own UTM code, I will do my best to give this to you guys. You can also use an UTM Tag Builder. I actually grabbed one here from utmtagbuilder.com. You could just Google it. I put in my URL, source, medium, campaign, term, and content type, and then it will put it right here at the bottom for you. Then you just copy it and paste it wherever you want to. Now, sometimes if you're putting it in, like, let's say the caption of a video, you're going to want to make it prettier. You don't want those long tail end off there. And you know how you can remove a URL after you paste it into, let's say, Facebook, and it loads up an article. But if you're doing it as a video link, I like to use something like Bitly, some sort of pretty link service where I can hit create, and I can paste in my long form URL. I can hit create, it'll create a link for me. And then what I can do is I can either change its name so it looks prettier for me, or, whatever, and then just share it from there. What's nice about Bitly is it'll also track some of the things I've been doing. So I can come back in and go, oh yeah, how many clicks did I get? Oh, I got 55 clicks from that post. Great. And that can help me understand the traffic that's going in. This is really great if you don't have the back end access to one of your clients, but you still want to figure out how many clicks are going to their post without having, or to their website without having to go to every single post that you've put up on every single different platform. But this is also a really good way to just make it look really clean. So you can do bit.ly.com/healthhero Cyber Monday for your different sales. We didn't end up using this link. That's why it has 0 clicks. But as you can see, that's an example of what you can do. And as long as Bitly has the URL available, they'll happily give it to you. This is a free account. You can, and that I just log into, and then if I want additional features, I can unlock them. Okay, so then after that, we want to get into KPIs. So I'm going to go over some basics of tracking and what we do and what it looks like for my team. Now, know that your team may be different and there's no wrong way to do it. Just make sure you're comparing apples to apples and that you're always working to improve and you're understanding trends over time, and you know that they go up and down, and that's okay. What we're going to do is troubleshoot and ride the waves of the algorithms and make the biggest impact we can. So this is, for example, a project that we just started that we worked on this last year. And we started out with almost no following. There was no traffic to the website, and we built it up. So you started with very little. This was all organic. So there's no paid advertising in this. We worked on videos. I'd put notes. We added new content, work on strategy to make sure we're posting regularly. I implemented a scheduler. We started working on a blog. We added some no video content. I just keep notes for those things. So as you can see, the followers going up over time, the reach going up over time on Facebook, the engagement, how many video views we were getting, and then we didn't share videos for a little while. You can see that here. You can see the blog page views. So this is all from the front end of Facebook. You can see how much was changed and the different types of things going on over here. For this particular project and how it scaled up over time until we stopped tracking that project. Then you have another one for another example, again, reach and engagement week to week. So I like to do kind of like a Monday through a Sunday type of tracking, and then I would report it every Monday. And then I like to do sometimes 4-week increments so you can kind of see, in the last 4 weeks, we reached 600,000 people. In the last 4 weeks, we engaged 68,000 people. These are the video views for the last 4 weeks. You can see the spikes and dips in it, how many followers were gained, any notes, and when we were posting or not posting. Again, here's another one. Sometimes you can add in a little graph. There's other ways to do this, of course, but you can see that we have like nice spikes, video views, things like that. And then again, here's another one, page views, Pinterest users, Facebook users. You can pull out based on specific share partners or tracking codes or different platforms of where things are going. You can see the different opt-ins that are going in on a particular page. This is specifically website stats right here. And this is where we are tracking like how many page views are coming in for a particular campaign that we're running. And then same with the Facebook stats. You can track it. You can track on organic. You can track and add in your paid media, and you can just kind of see what's going on. General dip across all platforms right now. There was no videos that went out this week. Those kinds of things you can just kind of track and troubleshoot why the numbers are going up and why the numbers are going down. And then I like to keep track sometimes of month-to-month stats and pull the entire month so you can see general growth and general dips. And then you can also see what happens when you have, maybe an impact of like certain strategies not going out, or maybe you're missing and didn't work on the project for several months, and you can see the impact of that. So it's important. A lot of these stats you can go back into your analytics and actually pull month to month. If you miss a couple weeks, it's not a problem. You just be like, okay, well, what's the stats for this week? I want to look at it. I want to see, what is the impact? What are the page views? And those kinds of things. You can pull them here. You can also pull them in the different analytical sections of your Google thing. So after that, just keep adjusting your goals and keep working towards hitting them and growing over time. That's really what we're looking for. It's okay to have dips. It's okay to have spikes. Just remember that it's general growth over time, quarter to quarter, month to month, driving opt-ins, driving sales, driving people coming through your door, gaining you followers, gaining you social proof so you can get that speaking engagement. Whatever it is, you're just going to want to keep working on growing over time, testing new types of content, and continuing to educate yourself on what is working and what is not working on your platform. So we'll go from there.